Look what happened on Fox News. There's this new lady over there named Kat.
I know her. She was there when I did it last time I did it.
Listen to what she says. She sounds like me.
I'm way more interested in this point at conversations about like the people versus the system than partisan conversations of Republican versus Democrat. I'm not either one of those things. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I never have been. And it's just become so clear to me that it's more about party than principles. And the one thing that's made that so clear to me lately is the views on the military. I've always been really anti-war. I've always been a huge critic of the military-industrial complex. I think the Department of Defense is more like the Department War makes money. And, you know, just you can see how many times they've lied to us for those kinds of, you know, ambitious and money reasons. But that's something in the past that people on the right would scream at me about.
Right.
And now,
I would scream,
including you, especially you. And now it's people on the left are screaming at me about it.
Yeah.
And I think that it's any conversation that we can have. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think more free thinking. And I can sometimes have a conversation that's better with someone who's like super left wing, for example, rather than a party line Democrat, for example, because at least they agree that the system and people in power kind of lie to you. And we should be confronting that and be honestly searching for truth based on principles.
Well, I stopped listening when she said I look like an anus.
I don't see how she's going to make it on Fox News.
She's been there for a while. I know from back in like Red Eye.
I mean, come on.
And when I was there, she was because
here's who she is. She's Catherine Timpf, is a libertarian columnist, television personality, reporter, and comedian. And she's also a comedian.
I don't know.
She is currently a regular panelist, co-host on Fox News Channel's Gutfeld, and appears as a contributor on various other Fox News shows. In 2017, Timpf co-hosted Fox News Specialist alongside Eric Boiling and Ebony K. Williams. As of June 2019, she hosts Fox Nation show Sincerely Kat. Really?
Oh, it's Ebony, I think, right?
What did I say?
Ebony?
Did I say Ebony? I don't even. Did I say Ebony?
I thought it was that too, but I'm like, it can't be Ebony. It's got to be Ebony.
Did I say Ebony, really?
Yeah, I read like that because the I. You know, the Y
Ebony.
would let you know.
Yeah, usually it's a Y, right?
What if they correct you? Excuse me, it's Ebony.
It's like Zamboni.
I apologize.
So that's Kurt, come on, you're not a little surprised that she said something like that on Fox News?
When I was there recently, she was she stuck out to me as she wasn't bad at all the stuff she said.
Now watch this. Here's another right-wing grifter on Fox News calling out the billionaire class, Donald Trump's tax cuts, big banks, and corporate lobbying practices.
Here comes Ultra MAGA Jesus. Great.
Here we go.
Okay, so listen to this. According to Global Citizen, poverty is the main barrier to education in the United States. I want to draw your collective attention to the pandemic. I think we all understand that during the pandemic, education declined. Now, I can see that Greg's only got a 1 minute break, 1 minute to a commercial, so I've got to wrap this
I also have other panelists, Russell.
Huh?
I have other panelists.
Oh, thanks for coming. Now, listen, during that pandemic period, billionaires added $5 trillion to their fortunes. That means that during the pandemic, a new billionaire was created every single day, while extreme poverty increased everywhere, while small businesses closed everywhere. Now, I'm going to say something on Fox News that until recently would not have been possible. As president, Donald Trump's tax cuts helped billionaires pay less taxes than the working class in 2018. For the first time in American history, the 400 wealthiest people paid a lower tax rate than any other group. But check this out, Fox News viewers, because you're going to like this bit. In October 2021, Democrats scaled back plans for a crackdown on tax cheating, bowing to an aggressive lobbying campaign by the banking industry, while Joe Biden told rich donors on the campaign trail that nothing would fundamentally change if he were elected president. So like some of the great points in your monologue, other than that reference that I was a bit like Rasputin, although he was a pretty crazy, sexy guy, you made the point that it's the two-party system itself, and in particular the manner in which it is funded, that prevents meaningful change for ordinary people. And this education problem, while the jokes you made were about the culture, Kardashians, etc., really, education, if the state has a duty at all, is the cultivation of young Americans, it is the protection of young Americans. This would be my point, Greg Gutfeld.
Very good, very good.
So that stuff's being said on Fox. It's not being said on CNN or MSNBC. It's being said on Fox. Up is down, in is out, black is white.
When I was there, I never dreamed Greg would have the #1 in its slot
Late night
comedy talk show program. Like, just because it's like it's
because you never could have imagined those other shows getting that bad, Kurt. That's, I think, really.
Well,
could you have
part
imagined
political, part comedy, there's a different expectation than if you expect to see comedy, and then they start trying to go into Gutfeld's territory of part political.
That's all they do.
And so how are you going to compete? It's like
everything is. It's like you're watching. When you watch the late night show, if you watch Seth Meyers or Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert, it's like it's as if they were on MSNBC.
Yeah,
that's the kind of shows they do, as if they're on there.
Well, they're trying to get them now,
but they're not. What's that?
Who's trying to get Bill Maher and
who is
CNN? You know,
they're trying to get Bill Maher.
Yeah,
no kidding.
They already show his some part of his show on CNN.
Why does it see? I can't believe CNN should make an offer, because they're changing, right? They're going to do. They're going to.
I mean, not changing like that.
They're not. They're not going to let me tell the truth about war.
I mean,
no, or advocate for Medicare for all or for a living wage and talk about how
we're keeping Don Lemon. We're giving him another chance before we let go of this.
I don't know. I really don't think I would. I'm glad the show's growing and everything, but I don't need to be more famous or more well known. Put it that way.
No, it's not.
It's uncomfortable everywhere you go.
Don't talk about restaurants.
You have to be. I can't tell people the restaurants I like.
Don't bring
did I make a mistake?
Oh, you did.
I used to have such a my own little place to go, and now I don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I don't like. Anyway, so that was amazing that happened on Fox News, not happening on MSNBC, not happening on CNN, and good for Greg Gutfeld for bringing people on like that, and bringing on, So he was in town. He did Bill Maher. He did Joe Rogan's. He did Joe Rogan, the biggest talk show in the world, and then he did Bill Maher, which is mainstream on HBO. But he didn't go on CNN. He did Fox.
Yeah.
But he didn't go on he didn't go on CNN. He didn't go on MSNBC.
Well,
Isn't that interesting?
When did he do more with Morning Micah?
That was a couple of years ago.
Oh.
That was like 2016, 2017, something like that.
That was old.
Oh, yeah, that was a long time ago.
So that's
I should show that now. They're not going to let him back in contrast to how it went when he was on there.
I mean, the Bill Maher thing, they're like, we cannot have him talking to our people. Like, they won't stand a chance.
So now you know why they don't have him on MSNBC. Isn't that interesting? Only Fox News would have on a progressive.
I like to see him go head-to-head with Michael Smirkanish.
If you want to see my stand-up special, become a member at jimmydore.com. It's only $10, and come see our live stand-up comedy in Los Angeles, Palm Springs, Milwaukee, St. Paul, Honolulu, Northampton, Massachusetts, Syracuse, Cohost, New York, Hartford, and more.